Check our tweets too. Oh, we're live.
We're live. Welcome, everyone. We're just going to talk about the happenings and what is going on in the NFT and Web3 space from the past week. What are we starting off with?
Great question. Oh, it's me first. We're going to talk a little bit about this Timex builder tool. So a while back, Bored Ape Yacht Club announced a partnership with Timex. And they actually had a party in Miami at Art Basel end of last year that I luckily was able to attend. But basically what this partnership is if you are a holder of a Bored Ape or a Mutant Ape, you could have minted this pass that would give you a physical watch. And so partnering
Very
with
cool.
the Timex creative team, getting a physical, super cool. So you can use your IP and create the watch. And they have just released within the past few days the Forge. So this is where you go and you actually create your watch. So I do have a pass to actually buy one of these physicals, but I don't have that wallet connected. And even if I did, it doesn't put your specific ape in here, which is kind of a bummer.
Oh,
Yeah, at least I don't think, because I connected with my wallet that has the ape in it, but it didn't have the pass in it. So maybe if I had the pass and the ape in it, it would recognize it. But these are all of the different options that you have to customize the physical watch. So, and actually to go back, when this was released at time of mint, it was 0.69, I believe, to actually purchase.
0.69.
Yeah, of course it was. Of course it was. I know that's on here
Degens.
somewhere. And I think, did the price come down to 0.69 and it was higher than that? Because I feel like it was over an ETH initially, and they did drop price. So maybe the 0.69 is what it ended up with. But anyways, 0.69, yay, maturity. But what you can do is you get the physical, so you can choose what type of metal band selection that you want. So I'm going to just go with black here. And this is a pretty cool
UI
visualization tool. Yeah, for sure. You can do a metal band, or you can do the leather band, which are pretty static. So it's just black or brown, right? Is this black and then brown? Because if white leather was an option, I would be into that. And then you can do a fun band, which I've also taken a look at this.
Bananas.
Yeah, why does this work?
Oh, maybe there's like some lag time, or maybe it's not working.
I had to refresh the screen 1,000 times. Now it seems to be working. And I took this off our agenda because I'm like, is it going to work? So yeah, it's like having a hard time here.
It's got some bugs. Ooh, yeah. Slime. Okay.
I want to show the bananas. I really liked the bananas.
Makes sense.
I'll just leave it on the bananas for a second here. This is where I'm curious to get input though. So if I were to create one of these, I wish I had my ape up. I'm leaning more towards one of the more minimalist screens so that it's just like over here, like one of these guys, instead of the full face screen. But
oh, yeah, I think I like the little, actually. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But here's where I think the whole aesthetics really comes into play is the dial. So I'm definitely leaning more towards the simple interface, or even just like the none, even with the smaller.
I could never do none because I can't tell time without the tick marks.
100% I would not be using this to tell time. No, I would be like, oh, it's 4:45 and it's like 6:45.
Like, anytime I see one of those minimalist, like Movado watches or something, I'm like, I mean, is this practical? Can any millennial read this? Because I grew up with digital clocks and I never, like, my brain cannot process anything that isn't like a quarter. You know, the hands are in a right angle.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what time it is.
I would love this. And honestly, so if I were to, from a pure usability standpoint, I'm going to wear this for aesthetics. I'm not going to use it for functionality or to tell time. So I probably would go with this. I'll wear 2 watches. I'll be that person who's wearing multiple watches.
Got my iWatch and my banana DJ watch. Bananas.
The banana's still not showing up, which sucks.
Well, you're just gonna have to believe her and take her word for it. Why don't we come back and see if the bananas load by the end?
Oh, here's my IP.
Oh. Oh, you can put it on the back.
So I had a wallet connected and then I revoked access because I was like, I don't know, I don't trust this, but this is my IP. So yeah, you can engrave it on the back. You can engrave these. On the back still. Because before there's some engraving options on the band itself
Mhm.
on the leather band etching right here. So you can get your actual number, which mine is not significant, so I wouldn't. Nothing, yada yada. Anyways, this is the forging tool. I've got some design decisions to make here. I thought it's done pretty well, but clearly there are some issues either with the site, but also I can hear my machine mode, like it's starting to, the fan is like going. So maybe it's just
Gosh, we're
a
having
me issue,
so
but
many tech problems today.
we really are.
I
But
was having
anyways,
trouble even joining. I thought I was gonna leave the queen by herself for this live stream.
she was gonna rug me. I almost got rugged by my own
Uh-huh.
co-host. Like, what does that even say?
I
Well,
made
if
it.
I am curious though, if anybody has input on what they think I should do with this watch or not, and the site is accessible to anybody. It's just timex.thisdaz3d.com. So that's that. I
Yeah.
thought it was fun. Wish it worked a little bit better. And obviously, Lux, I will be hitting you up when I go to push this through to be like, did I make the right design decision? Help.
Oh,
Help.
yeah, for sure. I can
Help.
help with I've got a real visionary eye.
It's true. It's true.
Sure, why not?
What's next? What's next outside of
What's
watches?
next? Oh my God, we have to talk about what
So
is
excited.
going on with Overlord. We talked about this in the last episode too, but I mean, they just keep making moves. So I'm going to bring up the latest news going on here once again. So exciting, exciting, exciting stuff. They have signed with WME, which is a talent agency. And some of the other people that are signed on this talent agency are like Ben Affleck, Chris Nolan, Oprah Winfrey, Kim Kardashian, Rihanna, Sam Smith, Dua Lipa, Shakira. I could go on and on and on.
Never heard of them.
The point I'm getting at is
Never heard of
that
them.
this is not only a legitimate talent agency based in LA, it is the biggest talent agency in the world. And Joe, who's on the left, he wrote that it's also the greatest talent agency. I mean, that is subjective, but that is a lot. That is a lot of huge names, right? So they are super excited. The founders. There's this article in the Hollywood Reporter all about it, and people are still being stupid about this project, in my opinion. And hashtag don't sleep on Creepz. That is the motto. So don't sleep on it. This is big stuff.
It is big stuff. I also feel like, and maybe this is because I'm in the bubble, but like Creepz and Overlord, it's like I feel like they're just like take it or leave us, love us or don't, like believe in what our vision is, or don't. Like I don't think that they're going to be extra shilly and be like,
No,
get
they're
in,
not.
get in. Like it's
and they never have been.
And it's what makes it so cool.
Yeah, because it's what's going to happen. It's going to be like one day out of the blue, everybody's like, oh crap, this has a lot of stuff going on, because they, I'm fairly certain that the founders have product backgrounds in tech, if I remember correctly.
Oh, really?
And they're used to doing things on a very like tight timeline schedule, and they've said that they've had to slow down their usual timelines a bit, that they're the pace that they're used to going, because they've gotten involved with all these major agencies, but they are super professional about dropping things on a timeline. So I feel like they are just working. They keep saying big things are coming. I know everybody says that in the space, but these two in particular really believe in what they are doing, and I think they're just going to unroll like the biggest announcements one after another, and stuff's going to be like actually done and ready to go, and it's going to blow everybody's mind in the space, because nobody's seen a project roll out this professionally before. Like the closest thing is probably Bored Ape Yacht Club, but that's come with some hiccups. Like we've already seen Overlord be able to do gasless transactions, which was step up from things that Bored Ape
I don't
Yacht
know
Club.
what you're talking about. I feel like I really enjoyed paying
How much
obscene
for
gas
your
prices
deeds?
for my other deeds. You
what
knew,
I'm talking about. So, like,
we didn't
it's
even
going to be a little different.
correspond that night because it was
It was bad.
such a thing. But
But
you're right.
also, yeah. Go.
Overlord has never not delivered, and delivered in such a, like, I just keep thinking back to a tweet. I think it was mine. Maybe it's yours because I merge our lives in my head sometimes. Where like a year from now, I can't wait to retweet the tweet where it was like, if you weren't there for the Lumi pump of 2022,
21.
is that
2022?
21?
2022.
22?
It was 2022.
Yeah,
It feels
2022.
it feels like 2 years ago.
That's going to be relevant again. Like once we start getting into the
Oh, yeah.
ecosystem of what they're going to roll out, like the relevance of that tweet is just going to be and that was the first gamification like that they had introduced, and we were losing our minds over it. The visuals were great. The technical mechanics
really
were amazing. Just
like, honestly, that is the most fun I've ever had playing any game ever.
I don't think that I would be this far into Web3 and NFTs if it weren't for that experience in Overlord.
Same.
And I
Same.
totally, coming from tech, you and I both, like, wow.
Same. It locked me in, and now here I am in face paints. So it'll be really fun too. It'll be really fun too when it does blow up. And we were right because we made like one of the first videos on YouTube about our confidence in the project, and it only, seeing these big agencies, not these big, the biggest agency, WME, take them on just validates everything I have felt from day one. So like my assessment, even looking at the site before buying into the project and knowing anything, was my instincts are good, is what I'm trying to say. And hey, KB.
Yeah, hey.
Thanks for joining.
I feel like Overlord helped me get into like the idea of gaming. Atari X solidified the fact that, I kind of love gaming. And then Bored Ape and the Dookie Dash solidified me as a gamer. And now I'm here. It's all one.
Now you're slowly going to grow a hunchback and it's all over for you. It's downhill from here on. From hunching over your computer playing games.
Look, my computer setup at home, as you know, has been getting more and more out of control. Like,
I know it's getting bad. I'm concerned for our future.
Me too. Well, I need to touch more grass.
What else you got?
This is cool though. What else do I have? Oh, okay. So, WAGMI guide. I'm going to share my screen again. Yeah. All right. So I have been tasked recently with having to give my weekend availability for an IRL gals trip. And I was like, yeah, this is not hard at all. Going through, adding in my dates. And then I realized that I'm totally available for every weekend, every day of the entire year. And I'm like, that is not going to be accurate at all. So I started to take a look at different sorts of events, conferences within Web3 because I don't do enough planning. And it made me think about the WAGMI Guide app, which I know I have shared with you. And I do have downloaded, and I'm just curious to know if anybody who watches our channel also uses this app, because it's great. From an attendee level to if you want your event to be showcased, this is all Web3. And
like satellite events and stuff too, not just
absolutely.
big.
Yep.
Okay,
remote. Cool. The biggest thing that you have to do, the website isn't totally informative, but they do have iOS and Android. And I'm going to open up the app on my phone here, which I know you can't see, but if you will put in a location, so it will start to show you events like based on the location that you input in there. So I use Miami. It's like the biggest tech hub that's closest to where I live. And so I'm seeing that there's like a Miami Web3 week, a VIP private networking event. But this app is really powerful because it has the big events, it has smaller, it has satellite events. And also if you've gone to events before and you found a speaker that you really like, there's a hub in the app for like right here on the site here, it shows you that you can favorite your speakers. So it will show you a timeline of when they're speaking and where. So this is a really, really, really good event app if you're like looking for events to attend or what's local that maybe is flying under the radar. I think my biggest issue with it is you have to like input a location. So that part sucks. So I'm only seeing the things that are local, but if I know I'm traveling to Chicago or San Francisco, I can put that stuff in there, and it is worldwide. So I think I came across this when I was doing international events, but like right now I'm seeing Paris, So obviously the Paris NFT week is coming up. I see Barcelona, I see Lisbon. So yeah, this app, it's called WAGMI Guide. And again, you can download it on iOS or for Android devices. I would recommend checking it out. They do have a social presence as well, which is cool. So here they pump some of the larger events. So again, European blockchain, NFT Paris coming up. Just look like a good thing to follow and have in your toolkit. And then I also threw up a mirror.xyz for our page. It's actually under avitstum.eth, but this is for our probably Degens. And these are events that I started to compile that I think are very worthwhile for the year. So I would love to know if you are subscribed or if you're just even like happened upon this video or channel, what events you're going to, but you can usually break it down by month. So CES, I would highly recommend for anybody. It's electronics, but it's definitely in the digital Web3 space now as well. February, we have NFT Paris coming up. ETH Denver, huge. I feel like it's going to be bigger for NFTs this year. I'm not planning on going, but I did speak last year, and now all my circles are like, are you going to be at ETH Denver? And I'm like, damn it, no. My sister's coming into town to visit, so I can't do either of these events.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people ask me too. I think ETH Denver is going to be a big hit this year.
If you can go, go. I know it's last minute, but
I couldn't go without you. What am I going to do?
I know. My sister's in town. I'm like FOMOing hard about it this year. March South by Southwest, I think, would be valuable for both Web3 and NFTs.
Oh, I would love to do South by Southwest. I've done it before. It's great.
Yeah. NFT NYC, which we all know about. This Miami NFT week is on my radar just because it's local. I don't know much about it aside from what I've seen on the site here, but I might go try to check that out. And then Consensus, definitely a big event, kind of in the Web3.
Do you know my firm does that website? We made it.
Wait, which one?
Consensus.coindesk.com.
Oh, Consensus. Okay. Was this the person who was on stage in Bogota?
No.
Okay.
Where, my day job, we made that event site.
I did not know this. My mind is blown right now. Okay, this is amazing.
It's fine.
I do know. Yeah, this is okay. Worlds colliding. VCon in May, which I really want to go to this, but I don't have like a ticket or a pass or anything. But I'm seeing more and more people starting to talk about it now, so I might get serious about that. I'm sure that there are things in June, July, and August. I just haven't gotten that far. Permissionless in September. DevCon usually happens around this time, but it hasn't been announced yet. November, I know there was something that we were at last year. And then December, Art Basel and all of the events that come with that in Miami, whether it's Decentral Con or Metaverse Miami
Central
or
Space Con.
or the Gateway event that we went to last year. We'll add this link.
Gateway was good. Yeah.
Gateway was great. But we'll add this, like once this goes up on our channel, we'll add links to this mirror.xyz page. But again, I really want to know what events people are going to, because I would really like to keep the good ones kind of in this list, because I know that there are thousands of events.
Don't forget Not NFT NYC. That's the event being hosted by Overlord from the Overlord Creepz ecosystem. He's hosting like a big satellite event. I guess it's not in there. I should reach out to him and tell him.
Yeah, let's get the link to that and we'll add it to our list here for sure.
Yeah, he does that All of Us radio, which is like super hot.
I feel like
according to me,
he's so cool. Like I think that really I'd be very nervous to meet him actually IRL. You have though.
Yeah, I have. I've hung out with him for like a few days in a row. He's great.
I don't think I met him in New York, right? Like I know what night that was, and that's when I was carrying tote bags of swag.
Yeah, you weren't there.
Oh, it's being uncool.
Sorry. Being uncool.
Sorry, Lord.
Anyway, let's talk about so on our previous live stream, I said I was going to get roasted. No, it wasn't the live stream. Previous video that you did, the one about World of Women NFTs. That was like recent on our channel.
Yeah.
I said in there that I was going to get roasted over the fact that I believed that World of Women was museum quality artwork and that
Yes.
would end up in a museum eventually. I did say that, right? That was not that long ago. It was like last week. So anyway,
Mhm.
this week we have an announcement here from Kozomo de Medici. If you don't know who this is
Mhm.
the Web3 persona of Snoop Dogg. And he has donated a bunch of his NFTs to the LACMA in Los Angeles. That's the Los Angeles County Museum of Art. It's huge. It's a big museum. And the first one here is by Yam, who is the World of Women artist. So exactly what I said has come to fruition. And there were a bunch of others donated
Fruitation.
by fruition. What? Why
Fruition.
is that a pun? Oh, is that the wrong word? I always
What
say
is
fruitation.
fruitation?
Yeah.
Is it a word?
Like it's come to fruitation. Like the plant has
Fruition.
grown. Oh, is it the wrong word? It's fine. Ignore me. Anyway. Or are you
Oh,
wrong?
no. Wait, I looked it up. Hold on, I looked it up.
And
Fruitation. What's this is Urban Dictionary because it's the only thing that it came up with. Fruitation, what
yeah.
stupid people say instead of fruition to sound smart, trying to impress a large group of people in a meeting.
Oh no, I've said that my whole life. So, oh well, guess I'm stupid, but we already knew that. Oh well, what can we
No,
do?
you are not stupid. You're one of the smartest people I know. But it's just
But
fruition.
wait,
This is
doesn't it make sense to say fruitation? Because I always thought like
yeah.
the tree has grown and the fruit has
Well,
developed on it, and now it has come to fruitation. You know what I'm saying? It's
I
fine.
do. It is. You're
Thanks.
not wrong. It's fruitate. Fruitate is the word for that. To bear
Fruitate.
fruit is fruitate.
Man, it's gonna take me a long time to unlearn that one. I think I've said that many times. It has to come to fruition. Makes sense.
KB.
It's fine. What do you say?
We're learning together. I
Because
asked ChatGPT just
it's
now. It
not a
says it's
word.
not a
He
word.
digs
Oh,
it.
let's dig
It's fine.
it.
Like the reason that I excel at people believing I'm smart is because I'm actually incredibly stupid and I have to look up everything. And when you have to look up everything, you acquire a lot of knowledge just in general. Like I'm constantly self-doubting myself.
No, you're so
So it
smart.
is
You
what
know
it
so
is.
much about so many things. It's unreal.
Fine. It's fine.
I apologize.
Anywho.
I can't believe that I actually
Anywho.
knew.
See, I just got schooled hard because I was like, I was right in the last thing. I told you guys that Yam's art was going to end up in a museum, and then I undid my glory by saying the wrong word.
And then I was
How
like,
God. That's how
hold
God
up.
schools me all the time. God's like, humble yourself, girl, or I'm going to take your gift away.
I was like,
So
hold up. Let's take
yeah,
some of that shine down, apparently, which
take the
was
shine down.
unnecessary.
Humble yourself, B.
Yo, but
So yeah,
seriously, I've never seen that artwork. That
this one,
yeah.
I tried to find it on OpenSea, but then it was Broken Sea that day. But
Lame.
I was trying to find like the other pieces in the collection because it's very
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, she also donated a CryptoPunk. That's very nice of him.
Oh, clear
Um,
silver too. That's cool. I've never
mhm,
seen that piece.
mhm. Cool stuff. And the list of other things that he donated is in here. If you want to read through the artists and check it out. I do think it's interesting that Neil Strauss is in here. He's an author. So I don't
Huh.
know what NFT he's made, but I do really enjoy his later works. If you guys don't know who he is, he wrote a pickup artist book. That was his like uh
Oh, wait,
big
do I know who that
bestseller.
is?
It's called The Game, but he is like
Oh
repented.
God.
He's like really
Okay.
repented, and he's like actually a really brilliant author. And I have read The Game and I have read his other works
Yep.
too. He's a very good author. But
I didn't
um
make it through the game. I'll be honest. You know me. I got spicy.
oh, I got spicy reading it too. I had to for my own sanity because here's the thing, and now we're gonna have like a little gossip session, but I had
Budding.
several guys run the cube on me. Like, if you don't know what that is, it's a pickup artist tactic where you try to you like get a girl to close her eyes and you're like, imagine you're in a cube and there's a horse and there's a ladder. And I had too many guys do it to me where I was like, what the F are you guys reading? So I like just did reverse engineering. I got in Google and I was like, imagine you're in a box and there's a horse and a ladder. And it led me to the game, the Pickup Artist Guide. And then I fell into the world of pickup artists. I was like, no. And I read the book and I found out just how many tactics have been used on me, and it horrified me. So,
but the fact that that was your reverse engineering to get to that, that's fruitation.
It's fruitation. I mean, I'm flattered that so many men have thought that I'm so intimidating that I require more than just like, hello, my name is John and I'm level-headed and have a bank account. Like, that's all you really need to say to me. They're like, let me run a cube on her and
oh my God,
neg her a few times and then she'll love me.
I borrowed that book from a guy friend. I saw it on his
of
book.
course, it was on his
what
shelf.
What is this book about?
They've all read it. KB, have you read it? Be honest now. I feel like everybody has read it. Who else is in this?
We also are making an assumption that KB is male or identifies male.
Oh, true.
So,
but whatever, women could read it. You could use the same tactic.
Women have read it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Like, he hasn't read it. He, she, whatever gender you prefer. We're cool with it. They. Whatever. So anyway, don't read it. It is a gross book, kind of. But also I'm happy he wrote it because it exposed it all. And now it's out there.
This is wild. I'm going to have to go back and read through some of like the redemption or just like who he is as a person now. And I'm certainly, you know how my mind works. I have to know what his contribution to the space is.
Yeah. Oh God, I gotta know too. So yeah, back to the thing. Something that Neil Strauss made is in the museum, and it's an NFT. And I'm very curious to know what that thing is, because what is it?
It could be anything. It could be like a line from the book. You know, Jack Dorsey's first tweet.
You know what I'm guessing it is? It's probably photos from when before he started making novels. He was a reporter for the Rolling Stone, so it's probably maybe like some photos or something from his days as a reporter. I don't know. He's had a very cool, interesting career, and again, he's like actually pretty rad dude, even though he wrote a crazy book. But there's also a press release. If anybody wants to read it, I will link these things in the description box when we are done with the live stream. Just all about
white papers.
White papers. Yeah. So this is from the museum about the large collection of blockchain artworks that they acquired. Did they say generous gift from Cosimo de Medici? They didn't say his real name. I just love that.
I love it. Yeah.
I love it too. I mean, why not? I guess all artists have like their art name. I guess Snoop Dogg's not his real name either. So whatever.
Yeah.
Cool.
What is his real name?
I don't know. Probably like John.
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Derek. He looks like a Derek.
Derek.
Look it up. Let me know. Okay, so other than that, the last thing that we have on our agenda for today is to talk about Blur. So what is Blur? This is a marketplace that has been around since October of 2022. It's actually a NFT marketplace. People have been trading on it for a while. It's for pro traders. And they dropped a token called Blur that they airdropped it to a bunch of people that have been using the system, which is how you earn Blur token, is from doing trades inside of blur.io. And it got a lot of buzz, and it kind of made NFT and crypto Twitter go wild, because it went so rocket high on the first day of launch, and then it went so rocket low. So it was up at, well, I guess I could look for the highest. Maybe the data's not in here. What's the high?
I truly feel like it came out of nowhere, and maybe I live under a rock, but all of a sudden it was like nothing. And everyone talking about this Blur token. I'm like, what is going on?
I think some people cashed out like enough to buy a house. They weren't expecting the drop to, like, that they were going to get so much, and then they just cash it out, and like everybody cashed it out at the same time. They were like, oh my God, it's so much money. And so it like plummeted in price really fast. And then that caused crazy amount of conversation. I did look at some footage from the founder a couple months ago saying that this is the intention to like kind of slowly release the tokens and continue to have this happen to like create buzz and also not make it like one really bad all-time dip. Like he like kind of understood what was going to happen, which is interesting. So it has actually, it's like started to rise a bit.
Sounds like basic tokenomics.
Basic
like,
nobody really knows how tokenomics work. Like anytime somebody explains to me how their token is going to get a bunch of money in it and sustain itself, I'm like, sure.
Oh my God, people talk about tokens and it's like, I have many things to say on incentive layers and how you go about incentivizing people to use node development, and no one wants to hear my hot take on that right now. But
no, I mean, no, let me just tell you that if it's just, is there anybody out there who's like a credible tokenomics expert that you know of? Because I would love to know somebody who like really has a true background in this to explain it to me.
I feel like it's not one person. It's a few people coming together to meld on ideology. I think that there are some good people out there that do tokenomics and work in that space, but I think they're few and far between. And I think the whole issue is tokenizing in and of itself, that Web3 is much bigger than just a quick money grab, that it is more about decentralization and how a technical infrastructure can give ownership and power back to people.
We'll see how it plays out.
Get off my soapbox now.
Anyway,
get me out of here.
Kyle is baby's real name. Thank you for letting us know. And that is the show we have for you today. That is the scoop. And if you're enjoying these live streams, let us know. We will keep doing them. We should probably announce them a little bit more in advance. Yeah. We're going to get better at it, I think. I feel like this one was much better than the last one we did.
My life has been in a state of chaos, though, too. So yes. I appreciate you working around my schedule, Lux, and for anybody who watches this content to just be patient with us.
Yeah, we usually do these on Wednesdays or Saturdays. So Thursday, we're just we're getting it together
winging
still. But we're winging it. And, you know, of course, if you enjoy this video, like and subscribe. We will continue to do Web3 content for you as long as people show up. Because if we don't start growing some audience, at some point we're going to be like, I don't know.
It takes effort to put these face paints on.
It does. This is a lot of work. But we do it because we love you. So
bye.
Bye. See you next time.
Bye.